Perfect.
And you can pardon all the F-bombs that are going on in the background over there. That's right there. Really appreciate it. Absolutely. All right, everybody. Also, if you're sitting home and you're really bored and you don't know what to do with yourself, get on the discussion table. If you haven't been on it before, share this video with all of your friends and hit that button, share, follow, and that way there, every time we go on live, you'll be able to catch what we're doing and enjoy the show. We have another great guest coming up at you very shortly. Stick with us. We got Al Bucci coming. He is the author of the book Infinity Crew. He's got a great story for you. So we want you guys to just stick with us. Also, when things finally do open up again, go out and check Loose Spagnuolo out at one of the bands, whether it's Fortune or Tangerine. Believe me when I tell you, it will be a night to remember. Without question, it will be a night to remember. We love you guys. We appreciate you. And here we go. We're going to get going right now. And here we go. All right, here we are. Back
Can I tell you something? I am winded. I'm winded from there to here.
Imagine that. That's all that work we do.
Oh, God.
I'll tell you, I've been over the summer. It was phenomenal because I actually got to do some work around the house. Did some landscape.
Not me.
I built this studio. Imagine that.
Oh, you want accolades again. Don't forget, ladies.
No, I don't want accolades.
Billy Pizzulo.
I had a chance. I had time to do this.
All kidding aside, you did a marvelous job. Look what he did. He did all this, and he built this table. So, thank you, Billy, for giving us some fun. And
I just wanted everybody to have something nice to look at. That's all.
Well, it's true.
Because the fact that we're sitting behind it, they need to be able to look at something nice.
Right? Absolutely.
So I figured, what the heck?
They took our livelihood, so we're having some fun in between here.
And that's the thing too, guys. Again, we do have a couple of great sponsors. We had Phil Russo at Russo Flooring that helped us out in the first studio, and that was a godsend. It really was. It gave us a kickoff. We did how many shows? There's 6 shows.
I think 6 or 7 shows. This is about our 8th.
So you and I did one by ourselves.
We got about 8 shows.
So we got 8 shows under our belt. So we got two shows in the new studio.
This is our 8th. I believe this is our 8th.
Yeah, something like that.
And we got a special guest here. I've been looking forward to this guest for 2 days. Louis was an old friend of ours, and this is a new friend of ours we just met.
Absolutely.
And I think everybody out there is going to really, really be. Before I bring him on, just to let everybody know out there, this is a story that I think most people are going to enjoy. Because there's not one person on earth, you, me, anybody out there, we either have been through a tough time or we certainly know someone, family member, everybody has been through tough times. This guy pulled it out and he's going to tell you his story. Please welcome Anthony Bucci. Nice Irish boy.
Absolutely. Come on up.
Come on, buddy. Oh.
All right. We have a caller calling right now.
What's up, John? Get right on there, buddy.
Hold on one second. We have a caller right now. Hang on one second. We have a caller. It's our friend Carlo.
Is that Carlo?
It's Carlo. Hey, brother, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Watch out, we might be bugged with him.
Can you hear me? Oh.
Hi, this is Jim Galvin.
Jim Galvin. Oh, this is who that is. Okay. Hi, Jim.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, that's Charlie. That's Charlie Justice.
This is Charlie Justice? Oh, hey, man. How's it going? You said what you want to say is a big Biden supporter?
All right, hang up on him.
All right.
We're going to call the cops.
We're going to call the police on you. That's it. We had enough of this.
All right.
All right, brother. God bless.
Where's your book, by the way? Anyways, Anthony, did you bring your book with you? You didn't bring your book?
Yeah, I got it in my bag.
Okay, we're going to have that.
We have his assistant.
We want to show that.
Dennis Petrosino.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Anthony Bucci. Anthony, we met the other night for the first time. You, myself, and Billy. Through a good friend of ours, Dennis Petrosino. Love that guy. And we met him, 15, 20 minutes? We felt like we
It
knew
was
him
like
all
we've
our
known
lives.
him all our lives.
All
It's
our lives.
unbelievable.
And
Absolutely.
so you were originally a North End guy. Throw it over there, D. You're originally a North End guy, and you ended up in Stoneham. And that's we're going to be advertising that thing all day and all night. Tell us your story, Anthony. You're on the air, baby.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, what we know that you're a local guy. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, I was born in the North End as a baby.
Yep.
Moved to Medford as a child. Lived there for 3 or 4 years. My dad worked at the Intermission Lounge. He ran the New Yorker. He was very abusive, so physically and mentally. So what happened was, my mother took us out of Medford about 5 years old via state police escort. We moved to Stoneham, where I grew up. My mother worked 3 jobs. She's my hero.
Yeah.
You know, she sacrificed
Hello,
everything.
Mom. She watching?
She's watching.
Hi, Mom. I love Mom. Go ahead.
She sacrificed everything for us. But I was left alone a lot, so I ran the streets as a kid. Product of the streets, architect of the streets, self-proclaimed. And that's where I grew up, on the streets, and that's all I knew.
Really? So you went to school in Medford as well? Oh, you went to school in where'd you go?
Stoneham. I went to a Catholic school,
Yeah.
St. Patrick's.
Nice. So, what exactly took place to get you incarcerated?
Okay, I went to prison twice. I had a good run. I made it to 36. And then I got arrested for marijuana. Those trucks kept backing up to the dock. I couldn't say no. And that was my first pinch.
Right.
But it was only 41 months where I met Dennis Petrosino, my friend, my dear friend, who introduced me to you guys.
Very good. So you guys, it's how many years have you guys been known each other?
Since 97.
Since '97. So yeah, continue. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I got 41 months. That wasn't enough for a guy like me. That was like crime school. Made connections. Came out running. But went back to my crime speed. It's all I knew. I wasn't a good person. I wasn't spending enough time with my family. Wasn't spending enough time with my mom. I thought that if you, like, I came from a second generation traditional Italian home. And I was just brought up where, well, my particular family, where if you made money and you provided for your family, that was enough. But it's not enough.
Right.
It's really not. So I was very, like I said, selfish.
You have siblings, Anthony?
I had a sister. She passed away the year I got arrested the second time.
That's over 20 years ago.
No, 2004.
Oh, 16. So when you first went in, how old were you when you first went in?
36.
36. And you come out for 4 years?
I did 41-month sentence. I came out for 3.5, 4 years. I got arrested again. Both times I lawyered up, did the right thing, held the code of the street. The problem was nobody else was. Well, not nobody. There's a lot of great guys that I met and great guys from Boston that do the right thing. But both times I was given up by close friends. This time, because I wouldn't cooperate, they offered me no plea deal. I was forced to trial. I went to trial. The case really wasn't even about me, but I kept my mouth shut, and I got 21 years.
Now that to me, that's absolutely over the top.
You got an anxiety attack. 21.
21 years. And of course, when you went in, the first thing they do when you go in is what?
The guys from Boston, they welcome you with open arms because they know you're a good guy.
What about the guards, the screws? What are they like when you first get in? Immediately, or the warden when you're just immediately they just throw you into the
Population.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Now, back up just a little bit. I'm sorry, Billy, but the first one was 40. How many months was it?
41 months.
Now, how did you do in that? Was you okay with that? And was it when they discharged you? Was it all good? And was it any hostilities when you were in there at the time for the first bit?
What do you mean by hostilities?
What I mean, was there any problem in there? Did you have any problems the first bit?
I had no problem
No.
because I was a good guy.
Okay.
Unless somebody crossed me, then it was pedal to the metal.
Okay, so you
Dennis
come
will
out,
tell you,
Right.
that's how we roll.
and you come out for how long before you got pinched again?
About 4 years.
4 years.
So, and this other one, this last one was for pretty much you from what you had told me that you really didn't even do anything. It's just the fact that you didn't talk. You didn't.
I got 21 years for sitting in a car smoking a cigarette.
That's.
Don't get me wrong. After what happened, I did sell a small quantity of drugs, but it was nothing to warrant 21 years.
Right. I totally understand where you're coming from. Now,
But I'm not complaining about that.
I was just going to say that while you were in, you had something took place inside you. Something triggered inside your mind, inside your heart.
After so many years.
Tell us about that.
Okay, first of all, yeah, let's get back to the 21 first.
Yeah.
I walked out of that courtroom, shoulders back, because you're leaving in cuffs, chin up like a Marine, because I knew I did the right thing. I hurt nobody. You know what I mean? So guys like us can do that don't hurt people. So anyways, I get to federal prison. I got a chip on my shoulder. I got given up again by a close friend. Anybody crossed my path the wrong way, it was on. Over the years, and during 2 sentences, I had about 3 years of solitary confinement under my belt. 6x10 cell, concrete, 2-inch mattress, slot in the door. Just 24-hour lockdown. So I got in trouble about 2009. I went to solitary confinement again. Most of the people on the street, I was doing 21 years, so they thought it was like a life sentence. So everybody abandoned me. I was actually, down and out, lowest point of life. I was in the darkness so long I felt like the darkness. So I got in trouble. I went to solitary confinement, and I said to myself, either I'm not coming out of here alive or I got to change because this is crazy. Put my mother, everybody through this. So I looked at the ceiling and I was lying on my bunk. I asked God for a sign. I said, God, please help me. So what happened next is within 30 seconds, I get a knock on the door. I'm in Pennsylvania, 500 plus miles from home. I'm near the West Virginia-Ohio borders. There's a guard who had a fill-in shift, who was working overtime. He knocked on my door. He was from Massachusetts, Rhode Island line. What are the chances of that after I asked God for a sign? And the next thing that happens is he's pushing paper, saying, "Yeah, Bucci, come on," because he knows I won't take a cellmate, because they usually put you in in a room with somebody. They know me. Don't put nobody in with me. I'm not cuffing up. I'm not letting them in. So I'm by myself in the cell. He says, "Come on, take some paper." Now he's one of the.
Now that's not code for anything bad, by the way. He's talking about actual paper.
Legitimate pencil and paper.
Paper, pencil and paper. Yes. Go ahead.
So
You gotta get that straight, Anthony.
So I started pushing paper on the unit. Now I'm only kidding. So he gave me some paper, writing paper, and he gave it to me to write people. And I took the writing paper and I just clicked in my head. I was like, wow, this is my spiritual awakening. I was just asking God for a sign to help me. And not even a minute later, I got the guard from my area, 500 miles away, giving me paper. So I took the paper, I asked him for as much as I could get, and I started this book, Infinity Crew. Infinity Crew saved my life.
Absolutely. That's a great...
And
hold that up one more time for me. Look at that.
Right
that's it.
Put it there. There you go.
Infinity
Zoom in on
Crew.
that, whoever's watching this. Zoom in on that. That's on Amazon, right, Anthony?
Yep.
It's on Amazon?
On Amazon.com and 70 other selling platforms.
Fantastic. Now, get into the book. What did you first jot down on the paper? Your first sheet. What did you write? Your first.
Nobody asked you that one before. Now, did they?
All
right, I got you.
You don't want to know.
All right. No, I'm just curious where your mind went when you got this paper and pen from a guard a sign from a higher power, just trying to put yourself where your mind was, basically.
Well, I envisioned myself getting out of prison, and I envisioned myself how I would act and conduct myself, and that's how I started the book. And I took notes from there.
Amazing.
And you read the beginning, so you know.
Yes, I did. That was the names were changed on that particular segment.
The names have all been changed to protect the guilty.
To protect the guilty. Yeah.
It's a magnificent story. I got to be honest. When we were talking the other night, we were sitting having lunch. Should we plug the diner?
Yeah, absolutely. Irontown Diner and
We were
Saugus.
there, the three of us were there, and had a great conversation. We were supposed to stay there 2 hours, I think.
Yeah. But
Easy.
He still called me Al. You heard him, right?
Who?
He announced me twice as Al.
Tonight?
Al Bucci? No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Al. Oh, wow. What an
Anthony.
ass. Anthony.
Did you call him Al?
You know why? I got to tell you why. 'Cause
Why?
I just got off the phone with another guy who runs a security company named Al. I'm so sorry, Anthony.
It happens after 50. You'll
think-
see when you get 50, Anthony. You'll see when you hit our age.
But that, yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, you get a little. You
I've
get a
been
little.
called a lot worse.
I'm like, don't worry, I got that.
All right, so you don't want to talk about the first page. How about the 5th, 10th, 20th page? Can we go into some of the stuff that you were... I mean, just a little tidbit for people that are going to buy it, what they're in for.
The main character's name is Vinnie Bruno. This is the first of the Vinnie Bruno series.
Okay.
It's about 4 kids that met at a reform school / juvenile detention center. They became close friends, chosen family. They commit sophisticated crimes. They get out. They open a security company, and it goes from there. There's twists, turns. It's a cross between The Town and Ocean's 11.
So now that book basically is an inspiration to people that might have had problems in their lives or been down in dark spots. It's an inspirational book, would you say? You would say it's an inspiration.
The book itself isn't inspirational.
Okay.
The message behind it is because
Yeah.
I was down and out.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so your whole life turned around. You wrote, and how's the book doing, by the way, Anthony, right now?
It's doing pretty good. It's doing real good,
Awesome.
actually. I try not to check it that often because I have complete faith in it.
Yeah.
Like, I have some interest too from movie people. I've met 2
Yeah, you were telling us the other day about a screenplay. Tell us about that. You're possibly doing a screenplay?
No, I am doing a
You are?
screenplay. I'm writing in the process of starting writing a screenplay. What happened was I met with a couple big producers, and I have a couple more meetings set up. But they read my book. They loved it. They gave it to a couple more people. They loved it, and they said it has a lot of promise, but they want me to make it into a screenplay now, which I knew I was going to have to do anyways. Originally, it was a screenplay.
Right, that's
when
what
I
you
got
did.
released from prison, October 7, 2019. This book was a small screenplay. I'd done all this in a year.
What is the difference between a book and a screenplay? If that could be the screenplay, couldn't it?
No, a screenplay is scenes, acts, 3
Scripts.
Yeah.
You have to
for-
write
for
the
a
script
movie.
with all the dialogue
They call
has to
it
be written
formula.
out. But I gotta tell you, I read the opening, and dude, that was great.
Right, starts off
That
with a
was
bang.
great. That was really, really good. I mean, I don't want to tell you what it is because I want you to go out and buy the book. When I first saw Infinity Crew, I'm saying to myself, is this like an autobiography kind of thing, and of just all the things. And I didn't have a clue. And then when I read that, I said, "Wow, that's what this is.
Buddy.
That's what this is. This is what a great." Seriously, what a great story! And if that's a series, I can't wait to see the next one.
Well, that's
I can't. I gotta. You got to get on Amazon. Got to grab the book. It's called Infinity Crew, and Anthony Bucci he's the real deal.
There's more
He's the
to
real
this
deal.
story, though. There's a
I'm
lot.
not done. I'm just plugging the book because I read that opening, like I said, and it's a riveting book. It's really cool. When they actually make the screenplay of this, it's going to be up there with the Goodfellas, and it's going to be up there with the Godfather kind of stuff. So it's very, very well done.
Vinnie Bruno is the next Tony Soprano. So if you guys love Tony Soprano, this is the guy.
Absolutely.
When he's starting at a younger age.
Well, as you know, Anthony, I'm not an avid reader, so I'm waiting for the movie. I mean, I will talk, but I have an ADD problem. Everybody knows that, and anybody who knows me, I was always
You?
Yeah, ADD.
No, never.
ADD,
Not
a
you.
serious
It's
condition,
not-
you know.
no.
Anthony doesn't believe me. I told him that last night. He laughed at me.
Oh, I believe you.
It's
I'm
like
saying read the first 5 pages.
I did though. I did. I actually did tonight. I swear to you. But
That
no,
was
I do have. I
fantastic.
can't wait for that to get done. What are the chances? You think you see a good possibility of coming as a movie?
Good possibility. It's already done in my mind.
See, that's
I
all.
live by the law of attraction.
That's it, buddy.
See, that's huge because I mean the fact that you have the story, not just this particular part of it, but to be able to continue to write that well and to do a series, like you said, it could be another Sopranos without a doubt. Without a doubt, it's all about the casting and about that brain right there, and I know for a fact that he's got it together.
Well, not only that,
but
it's
just by reading it, he's got it together.
It is true. You could do it. I'm sorry, but it is true because look at you, Billy. About 3 years ago, you were talking about doing exactly what we're doing right this second.
Right.
Exactly what we're talking about. 3 years ago, we're doing it. So
That's all I said. You got to dream big, and that's the whole thing is. And it took being in that place of darkness,
Down
that
and out.
place of getting going to rock bottom to finally look up, to see your passion, and to actually make something happen with the passion that God gave you. I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
I think it's an inspirational story for anybody who's had. And now you're also a life coach, also.
Yeah, I just finished that. I just became
That's
a
something.
certified life coach.
And basically, what does that entail? Just guiding people through their tough times, or troubled kids, or what do you have? You have a client or some? You have a couple of clients right now.
I got my first client.
All right. And is it a younger guy, younger kid?
It's a younger kid.
Okay.
What I do, well, I'm not a therapist. There's a big difference. But what I can do is, because of everything I've accomplished, and I'm good at it, is help people accomplish goals that they want to set for themselves.
But is the kid, this particular person, is he in a kind of a troubled spot in his life, or he's just
Yeah, trouble spot.
okay?
I don't wanna,
Gotcha.
it's confidential. I can't.
I absolutely.
But
I got you.
I'm here to
It's
help
just-
them. I've been in that dark place.
Yep.
So nobody knows it better.
No, that's fantastic. I mean, there's nothing better when people use their experiences to help others. It's an incredible thing. And also, getting back to the other thing, you just went into so many different areas. Tell us about the vegan.
Well, can I go? Can I continue?
You absolutely do anything you want, Anthony. You're on the air.
Okay, so I was in solitary confinement. I'm gonna back up to there. Okay, I'm in solitary confinement. I have the spiritual awakening. I start meditating and all that, eating better. I get out of solitary confinement. All right, and I knew I wanted to change my life. Like I said, because I couldn't go down this path anymore. So what I did was I volunteered and I took care of sick and terminally ill inmates. Some of them from this area that are dear friends of mine. One guy from West Virginia, he passed away. So I was with him to the end. He appreciated it. I started educating myself. Knowledge is power. The pen became my sword. I was writing and taking classes. I took 50 educational classes, college courses, educational courses the prison offered. I came closer to home. I got to Fort Devens in Massachusetts. Like, once again, I was in Pennsylvania, over 500 miles from home at the time. I got to Fort Devens in Massachusetts. I trained service dogs there. I volunteered for that program. So I volunteered and I trained service dogs for the handicap. I graduated 2 dogs in Massachusetts. I don't know where they went because they keep that confidential, but one dog went for trouble teams in a hospital. So he was, to give them, I don't know what the word would be, when they're feeling down and out. Therapeutic,
yeah.
whatever. And then I trained another dog, and he graduated and went to a courthouse. And he helped young kids that were testifying, imagine that, against people and, relax them. I had no choice of where these dogs were going. I just,
Right.
Basically I thought they were going to go to, homes where, somebody had lost a leg and all that. And my mother at the time, in 2016, had a stroke. She had a rare stroke through her spine as I was already doing this. So I volunteered before that. So she had a rare stroke through her spine. She can't walk. She's paralyzed. So I filed a motion while I'm at Fort Devens trying to get home to her for a compassionate release. They deny me. So I'm at Fort Devens in Massachusetts. They asked for volunteers. I go up to Berlin, New Hampshire to get out of Fort Devens. They were giving me kind of a hard time. I was from Boston and they knew my crime and, they didn't like my co-defendant. And, they kept putting me in solitary confinement for nothing. So anyways, I go up to Berlin, New Hampshire, and I'm up there, I'm studying the law, I become a paralegal. They've passed prison reform, you're gonna like this one. Trump becomes president, he passes prison reform. Before Trump passed prison reform, I couldn't go to court with my compassionate release because it was the end of the line was the warden. You could put a letter into the warden and ask him and they wouldn't give it. If he doesn't give it to you, it's dead. But with Trump passed prison reform, I had an avenue to the courts. So I put the motion in Berlin, New Hampshire to the warden. He denies me. I go to federal court in Boston. They accept it. I send my motion to a few lawyers. I got this great lady from Wayland. She knew my case. Her name is Allison Corey. She came on board. She filed her own motion with mine. Mine was really good. She argued October 7th, 2019 on my behalf. I won the motion.
Wow.
I came home 2 years early. I should have been getting out in February of 2022. I came home 2 years early to go home and take care of my mom.
Thank you, President
Because
Trump.
of Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and because of him, I was the first one in the United States, the whole country in the federal system.
You.
Right here.
That's
And
incredible.
I did it myself from being a paralegal, and then I got the law, like I said, the good lawyer. But I did it, and I did it because I wanted to get home to my mother. I was fighting for years to get home.
And how's mom now?
She's doing great. I take care of her. I do the shopping. She's living a way better quality of life.
That's an amazing story, and all the negative stuff you hear about our president, it makes me sick to my stomach. But I don't want to get on that subject. But I thank him for you and for your
Absolutely.
mom and
for so many other people.
4,000, I believe, 4,000
that
prisoners.
really, I mean, and it wasn't a race thing. It was just
No.
he did it across the board. And here's the number one guy, the first guy
That's
in the
incredible.
United States that got to take advantage of it. So keep going. There's so much to go through.
So I'm the first guy who ever won a parental. Before me, it was for children or a wife.
Right.
If you were only living immediate family member. Like I said, when I was in prison, my sister died the year I left. My stepfather died the year before. My real father died in 2012. So, there was nobody else alive. I mean, we have family, like cousins and stuff, and my daughters.
Right.
But, to take care of my mom full time, it's only me.
Who was taking care of your mom before you got out?
Caregivers, and my aunt, and my cousins, everybody was helping.
Right.
But it's a big strain. They were
Yeah.
amazing. My kids, my mother, my aunt.
Like you said, though, your mom was your hero. So
My
that
mom is
and that passion drove you as well. I'm sure, right? To write what you had to write to get to court to fight this thing.
She knows I never stopped fighting ever.
That's
So
awesome.
one thing I did right.
Well,
Away besides all the
and
trouble.
think about it. It's one thing she did right. She put that fight in you.
Yep.
She did. She gave you that fight. I'll tell you. I saw I don't know if you saw the picture of this guy when in the tank top.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. He looked like a mountain.
I'm telling you, I know. As soon as I ran into him when we were at the diner the other day, what's the first thing I said, Anthony? First thing I said, I know you from somewhere. I just couldn't place it. But then
Right.
when I saw that picture, it
There you go.
reminded me, you're talking back, we're the same age, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Right.
So we could have easily crossed back in the 80s, mid to
Absolutely.
late 80s, even the early 80s, you know?
Tell everybody. Listen. Tell everybody why you wouldn't let me wear my sports coat tonight.
Because you look better than we look like slobs, and you'd look like. I told you to don't listen to him.
No, that's
I told him to put it on, but I said, "Look at us slugs. This is a relaxed atmosphere. I wanted to just."
On that note, check this out. Check this out. This shirt here. You gotta
Wow,
see.
what an amazing shirt.
Look at this shirt. Yeah, look at this shirt.
We'll get it to that.
Custom
Look at that.
convicted vegan wear.
Custom convicted vegan wear. So, while he was in prison, he also said that he changed his way of life as far as how he ate and what he did, and it caused him to become a vegan. And tell us about that.
Well, I didn't change to a vegan until I got out.
Okay.
Yesterday was my 13th month of being straight vegan.
Oh, cool.
So before that, I ate to survive. But since I've gotten out, I went vegan. I opened a clothing line, the Convicted Vegan Wear.
Look at that.
It's on
Yeah.
www.theconvictedvegan.com. I have a store there.
Absolutely.
All kinds of cool stuff. It's so cool it should be illegal. They get pinched for that.
But it's great. It's great stuff. I mean,
It's a marvelous story, actually. I love hearing these kind of turnarounds, and it's an inspiration for it. As I said before we brought him on, there's nobody on earth that doesn't have a family member or themselves. I've been at low spots. You've been at low spots. Not for maybe different
Absolutely.
things, but it doesn't matter what type of low. You're low. You do the mentally you're down wherever you are. So anybody out there who show that book again, Anthony. I want this book out there as much as possible. Right there, and it's called, what's it called again?
Infinity Crew.
Infinity Crew, I'm sorry.
Oh, at least you didn't call
I'm
him Al.
excused.
At least you didn't call him Al.
So, go
Yeah.
ahead, we have a few more things. So the vegan...
I was just going to say
go ahead.
that. I was just going to ask him about that because, you talked about the reason why you became vegan. Why don't you tell everybody the reason you became vegan?
I became vegan for the animals, the environment, so we can have a better world for our kids, and for my health.
Without a doubt. I mean, a lot of people out there are animal activists. They're very concerned about, you know, the well-being of the animals in this.
Oh, it's big
in
right
this
now.
world.
It's enormous.
It's huge. It's huge, and
more than ever.
I mean, right now we have 2 dogs at home. We have a Pomeranian who's 18 years old. He's kind of not doing well these days. Poor Coco. I feel bad. He's old, and we have a puppy that's
Funny
a
story.
Borky. But she's a cute little dog. But I mean, I never had, honestly, I wasn't a compassionate person all through my life.
With animals?
With anything. And very similarly, I had like an epiphany in my life where God got a hold of me as well, and I started having compassion on people and things where, very similarly to Anthony, if someone said the wrong thing to me, I'd punch him in the face. It would make no difference. I hit him with a bat. It wouldn't matter. That's the way I grew up, because I was, again, we're in the streets. You don't take any crap. We're Italians, and that's how we grew up. Old school Italians we were taught not to take any crap, pretty much. So, but now I mean there's compassion there. There's a reason why we do what we do, and like Anthony said, it's worth going the other way. I'm sorry, I still eat my cows.
I love these stories. Before we...
Compassion is now our strength, guys.
Absolutely.
You're not going anywhere, Anthony, are you? You're not going anywhere.
Hell no.
No, you just congratulate
I thought you were saying goodbye.
He was being vulnerable.
Well,
I
that's
appreciate
it.
that, because I'm doing it, you do it, we all do it.
Well, all you gotta do is mention claustrophobia, and I just go right into tool.
Oh, you mentioned a mouse. Talk about mice to Joey.
Oh yeah, I do have.
He stands on the table like a chick.
No, for some reason a mouse or a rat turns me into a mouse.
Yeah.
If I see a mouse, I turn into a mouse. I don't know what it is. But I can do it. I can deal with. I've dealt with gore. I've dealt with blood. But for some reason, a little animal like this big freaks me out. Not skunks, snakes, nothing else. But just something about a mouse or a rat. Especially those rats, they look like horses. I mean, they look like cats.
Well, rats don't deserve to live in any form. Whatever you're going to talk about.
No, we're not going to talk about rats. That'll turn people. All kidding aside, if I see a rat or a mouse, I won't eat meat for a while. I just, because I'm chewing into a meat, I think about the rat.
Yeah.
So that's an easy way for me to turn into a vegan. Just look at rats.
There you go.
I'm not kidding you. It's just something about a rat and a mouse just turns my stomach. But anyway, so you're a vegan. And let's get this lined up again. He left prison about a year ago.
October 7, 2019.
He's been out. He has a clothing line. He's into the vegan. He's a life coach, and he's got a book. I think it's a marvelous story, incredible story actually.
Helping the terminally ill.
Helping the terminally ill.
It's
Taking
absolutely.
care of my mom.
Taking care of mom. That's number one.
Rebuilding relationships with my children.
That's huge. I mean,
You must have a checkoff list. You want to, just checking everything you're doing. Seriously.
It's like the old bucket list. Only
it's a bucket list,
and it's just amazing. It's so good to see
positive
everything
story,
rebuilt, especially now with everything so negative and so just. People are just so down and out. Everybody's worried. Oh, and you watch the television. We're all gonna die. This thing's gonna kill us all. To see something like this, it's huge. It's huge, especially. I mean, like you said earlier, our livelihood was taken away from us. But so we have a different option. We've turned the corner, made a different area of our life where we're trying to affect the world, and in having people like Anthony on. Is doing just that.
Inspirations. And don't forget, Billy, him and I used to sing at nursing homes. 23 years, I was ahead of everybody in those. Nobody was doing nursing homes when I was doing them. A lot of the singers in the time, back in the 90s, they're a little too big for this. You're doing a nursing home.
They make fun of you, yeah.
They made fun of me. This was like 1997, 98. I was doing singing in nursing homes, retirement, independent, assisted livings. And a lot of singers back then, not Billy, but a lot of singers used to make fun of me.
No, never for free.
No, the money is not big.
When I was honestly, when I used to attend a church called Bethel Revival Center way back in the day. It was a Pentecostal church, and we used to go into the prisons, and we actually went into Walpole and went into the blocks and went from cell to cell, and we ministered to the guys in the cells, and we'd go to nursing homes, and we went to New England Respiratory Hospital. We did all that, and we
Right.
did all that stuff for free. But when it came time to do the nursing homes, I was asked to do a nursing home and offered the money, so I didn't.
Right.
So I didn't say no. You know
Well,
what I
it's
mean?
not a lot of money,
Yeah.
Anthony. So
No,
it really is basically when you leave there and they give you a couple of bucks or whatever we make. It's not. I was doing 3 a day, so I was okay. I was doing three or four a day sometimes. But you're talking 20 years ago. I don't have the energy to do it anymore. But it definitely. Let me tell you something. A quick story. When you see a woman, a little old lady, or even a man, almost on their, almost expiring, and they can't even see. They don't know who their family is, but yet they're singing a song that you're singing to them, word for word. That is incredible. And there's the book again. No, I'm serious. I want that book pushed because I'm gonna. You have a copy for us? Because it might take me about a year to read it, but I'll do it.
He asked me when I was going to make an audio book.
I did. I said I'm much better with the audio. Billy knows that. I watch YouTube
Yeah.
constantly. I don't read. I just not that I can't read. I can.
You got to
read.
get James Earl Jones to read the book.
About what?
You got to just get him to read the book. He's
Oh.
one of the best. But he's a very very passionate, intimate guy. When he reads, it's just like the words on the page just come to life when someone like James Earl Jones.
Yeah, what do you have? Beautiful voice. Speaking.
Oh, yeah,
Did you ever
absolutely.
think of making an audio book, Anthony?
Yeah, I just can't afford it right now, so I got to sell
Yeah.
some sweatshirts. And
Sell some
hopefully books.
sweatshirts, sell some books. Get out there, get on the website, grab some of these shirts. These are good looking stuff, classy, and also it's a good quality. It's not a
It
piece
is.
of junk.
50% cotton, 50% polyester.
Absolutely, very very nice
Well,
quality.
anything you need, Anthony, if you want to come out and plug anything. I know you have a lot of different venues. You've been on the Gary Levitt show. When was that? A couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
A couple months,
Couple-
a month and a half ago.
So you've been making the rounds for your for your story and the book. And so anytime anything comes up new, let us know if we can help you out in some kind of exposure. Not that we're WRKO, Howie Carr, but you never know someday, Billy, right?
You never know. Howie's live on Facebook too.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the radio show, but I mean he's known nationally.
Yeah.
He's involved in the news in his
Right.
talk show, so he's
Well,
always
that's a political- it's
very
strictly political.
very strictly political show. But we're trying to do something more. We want to be more entertaining, more informative as far as that goes. Because you know what, politics at some point is going to be over. Okay,
It's over for
we're
me.
gonna deal with whoever is in office whenever they're in office. And guess what? We still need to be happy. We still need to be able to enjoy our lives. We still need to be able to be entertained, and that's what we're here to do. Joey and I want to bring people on here that are going to be entertaining. Are going to give you an inspirational story. They're just going to bring back memories for wherever you are in this country, wherever you are in this world, that you're able to understand that we are here to bless you. We're not here to bring you down. Politics brings you down, especially if it doesn't go your way.
Oh, yeah.
It brings you down. So having a story by Anthony, like Anthony's story, is phenomenal. And the fact that, like I said, this book is, like I said, it's not Anthony's story in the book. The stories in the book there might be some parallels there. You know what I mean? That's how he gets the inspiration. But my point is it's so much fun to read because it reminds me of, like he said, The Sopranos, the Goodfellas, The Godfather, those kinds of things that are very, 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 very close to us Italians. You know what I'm saying? So we want to get you out there, grab a book, get on Amazon.
Christmas, too.
Yeah, Christmas is here. Great Christmas present. Good stocking stuff if you got a big
And,
stocking. You got to get if you don't have a big stocking, buy a bigger stocking.
And
get
another
some more
thing,
books.
another lockdown is supposedly coming. Billy and I maybe even doing maybe twice a week because people are. I think there's going to be another lockdown after Thanksgiving. They're talking about so.
I wouldn't be
I don't-
surprised, but again, we'll be here. We'll be here, and like Joey said, anything that comes up new, anything you come up with, any new news, like any progress.
Screenplay that needs a singer?
That's yeah, absolutely.
Two
I
singers.
can do a little acting. I've been there.
Yeah, a singer.
Yeah, see how he is. Yeah. I know how he is. It's all right.
That's bull.
That's yeah.
I want to say something too.
Go right ahead, brother.
When I had my meetings with the production companies, they told me I had to build up my social media. So as you know, I've been away 15 and a half years and 41 months before that. So really green at social media.
Absolutely.
So I need followers on Instagram, The Convicted Vegan.
Convicted Vegan, the Convicted Vegan, and that's on Instagram and Facebook. You got a Facebook page too?
I got the Convicted Vegan on Facebook.
Do you have a personal page on Facebook as well?
Personal page, Anthony Bucci.
So,
I'm offering for Black Friday sale with all my clothing. I have leggings. I have all kinds of stuff.
Leggings, there you go, Billy.
Leggings, sports
Yeah.
bras, compression shorts.
I need those. I definitely need a sports bra because I do have man boobs right now. There's no doubt about that. But
Hey,
I
this
might have
winter-
you model them then.
there you go. Drop it.
Everybody's gained a few pounds over this last 9 months, I can
Yeah,
tell you. It's been
no.
awful.
I went the other way.
Yeah, I know. You're going up, I'm going
I
up, and
love
you're
it.
going
I
down.
love it. But yeah. So get on there, support Anthony because this it's definitely something. Listen, when you've done, was it 19? Did you say 19 out of 21?
19 out of the last
19 out of the last 23 years behind bars, and you're out because of the president, thank God, and now the change in this man's life, both spiritually, mentally, passionately. He's here to help people. He's here to bring people up that are down, and there's nothing better than that. To feel that the greatness that you can feel by saving someone's life, by putting them on a path that's going to save them, that's going to keep them alive, rather than taking their own life or spending the rest of their life behind bars. This is a man who knows what it's about, who knows what it's like. And because he knows what it's like, he can share with others to be able to avoid that. So that's what we want you to do. Get online, get on the convictedvegan.com, grab a sweatshirt, grab leggings, grab a sports bra, whatever it is that if it fits you, go for it. You're supporting a great cause. You're supporting a good man who is now turning his life around. First of all, to be arrested for smoking a cigarette in a car is not a good thing. So that's one of the reasons why the leniency was there by the courts, because even though I mean, I watched the movie The Hurricane, and in that movie The Hurricane, that guy was set up as well. You know, and that's a true story
I know.
too. He was 25 years, I think he was in.
Was that Denzel Washington?
Denzel did the part, yeah. And 25 years, and he was finally let go, and because the corrupt law enforcement at the time wanted to keep him there and keep him down. And Anthony was in the same situation for the most part, and so help him out. Do what's right. Grab a book, grab some shirts, go for it. Go right ahead.
What I was going to say is, for Black Friday sale till November 30th, it's 30% off all clothing.
Okay.
And I want to also say, I wasn't innocent. I was definitely guilty of this crime.
Right.
But the sentence was way too harsh. But to be honest with you, I needed the time to evolve into the man I am today.
Bingo.
Absolutely.
You know,
Bingo.
That's
everything
fantastic.
happens for a reason.
It
I might
absolutely
be
does.
dead because my sister was dying at the time. She was about to pass away. I was drug fueled. I was out of control. I was just like in my own world, and nothing mattered.
Right.
So I probably would have
Well, it does now.
got a life sentence or got overdose or something. So
Right.
you know, so
Well, it's a great story, Anthony, and I want to shout out to Dennis Petrosino for connecting us.
Absolutely.
Dennis is one of the funniest guys I've ever encountered in the last 20 years of my life. We've had so much fun on Facebook fighting with liberals. We had a blast, but it's a wonder we're alive because the stuff that we pulled. I don't do it no more. I'm clean. I'm giving it up.
That's a good thing.
I'm
Nothing
done.
wrong
I'm done with
that.
politics. I'm just complete. Right, Dennis, wherever you are. You're out there. I see you. He's the best. And he's going to be coming on. We're going to have him on maybe in a couple of weeks or so. He's an interesting guy. And if nothing else, we will laugh. I can tell you right now, we will laugh with Dennis.
That's a very good thing.
Anthony,
Laughter is the best medicine.
Thank you so much for coming on tonight. I love the story. And anything you need down the road, let us know.
Absolutely. We really appreciate you coming. You're a good man.
Bring it up.
And we're looking
around.
forward to doing this again.
thank you both. And if anybody needs anything, DM me on Instagram, Facebook. I have the business page on Facebook, the personal page. I'm going to be starting my life coaching career. You know, I have to do this for a living, but I'm willing to help anybody that doesn't have the money or wants to, work, something out as far as payment plans and all that. I'm here to help, and that's my message, because I've been there. I've been in the darkest place, and there's only one place but up, and I rose like a phoenix out of the ashes. So you can too.
And happy Thanksgiving to Mom out there, Anthony's mom. And happy Thanksgiving to all of you folks out there. God bless. Bring it out, Billy. Thank you so much. Good job.